This is my presentation on service as differently abled. It's coming from my own experience, and so these are things that I have come up that I have experienced and things that I have dealt with and overcome as a person with a different ability, attempting to do community service. Now, what is service? Obviously, we've beat this into the ground in terms of a mindset and temple opportunities and reward throughout this whole summer camp, and so I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that service as community engagement. Um, what does it look like in our local communities, and what considerations do we need to take into consideration if we are differently able? Like I said, I'm going to be going through my own personal experience, and then we're going to have some discussion to pull it together and to gather some resources. So, so the biggest thing that I have learned is play to your strengths, right? So, like me, I have a different ability. I have several different abilities, but my most obvious one is I have cerebral palsy, and it makes it difficult to walk, and so not a lot of physical activity I can do. Um, there are some, but there are other ways in which I can serve um, that are better suited for me. And so J.P. Atkins talked about this in Meeting Purpose and Success. Um, Talks about what kind of person do you want to be, and those are good. That's a good resource. I want to give you two other ones. These are two personality and environment resources. They're used to help us find our strengths or to help us find places in which we may do the most good. My next movie in particular is designed for people who want to change jobs or get into the workforce, but they don't have to be used like that. They're Likert scale, personality and environment surveys. So on the low end, you're going to have something that's least like you. On the high end, you're going to have something that's most like you. And most important thing I would say is go with your first instinct. So, so what are other ways in which we can uncover our strengths? That's the first discussion question. What are some other ways in which we can uncover our strengths?
How about trial and error, Ross? Learn by doing.
Yeah, definitely learn by doing. I have uncovered my strengths like that as well. Learning by doing, seeing what doesn't work. Very good, very good. Any thoughts from you, River? Any thoughts?
I think kind of looking at my life to see what I'm already doing, even if it's not service,
Mm-hmm.
then that's clearly something that I can do and I'm interested in doing. So maybe there's a way to turn that into a service.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna make some notes here. Nice. Okay. Move on. What do we need to volunteer? Okay. Um, if we're gonna volunteer outside of our house, we need something like transportation. We need something meaningful to do. We need a community to engage with. We need a flexible environment, and we need proper flexible schedule. Sorry, flexible schedule and proper environment. Um, is there anything I'm missing?
Specific accommodations might be necessary depending.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any else? Anything else? All right. All right. So each of these, I'm going to go down the list, and I'm going to talk a little bit about each of them. All right. So in regards to transportation, obviously sometimes if we don't have a car, or we don't have means, we may have to rely on someone else. And so that means that either we'll arrive earlier or leave later than anticipated, or we might leave earlier, and we need a place that might accommodate that. I know for me, I've had to sit outside on the curb a lot, waiting for the opportunity to volunteer. And um, for a person that doesn't like inclement weather or can't handle inclement weather, or just heat or cold in general, that might be not good. Um, so that's one of the things that I would recommend asking a question, right? What kind of, if I arrive early, can I, is there any place where I can rest? Like, are there open shops that, or is there a place in the lounge that I can sit down or something like that? If I leave early, is that okay? You know, these are all things that we might want to ask. Okay, so something meaningful to do. So I've experienced sometimes people being unable to find me a task that could accommodate me. And sometimes I choose, not being really aware of what the volunteer opportunity entails, choose opportunities that are physically intense. And so people, because they have something in their mind as to what they need to do. Like, for example, we're going down into the canyon to pick up trash. Roz, you can't go down into the canyon. I'm sorry, I didn't know this was a canyon we were going down. Um, and so it just makes it a little harder for them to find a space for me. Um, so occasionally, what will happen is that they would put me at a desk or put me somewhere, and have me do something, and it's not really related to the task that I was looking forward to doing. Like, I don't know if I'm helping clean up the beach or something, or anything like that, and then I'm not able to do any part of that, then it feels kind of uh, difficult for me. So one of the things that I might say is I might ask, what specific task are you looking to be done? And how are you looking to do it? Because if the task is, we're going to go down into the canyon, which is about, 2 miles away, or well, a couple of blocks away. And, we're going to clean out the debris and the um, invasive species. Well, maybe that's not something I want to do. And maybe there's something, even though I want to do it, it may not be within my capabilities to do. I'm not able to go down into the canyon, pick up the debris, and drag it back here. Um, you know, but so for example, if everybody is putting up together lunch boxes, right, and not just me, then I will feel more connected to what I'm actually doing. You know, does that make sense? Or am I just rambling?
No, that totally makes sense. It feels like they're just giving you busy work or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. That's what I was gonna say is you don't want to just be assigned busy work just because.
Yeah. And so it's important, I think, when I'm looking at, or when we're looking at volunteer opportunities in our local communities, that we ask those questions. What is it that you're actually looking to do? Because it may sound fun and it may sound like, wow, I'm really going to make an impact. But if I don't know the specifics, then I might get stuck stuffing envelopes. And, that might be needed, but that's not what we're doing today. You know. All right. So for me, I found that I need a flexible schedule. Sometimes I get really excited about volunteering for like a month, and I'll do it for every Tuesday a month. Every Tuesday for the month, and you know, then 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 I'll have a month where I don't have any energy, and I'll just be like, the only thing I can do is go wake up, go to work, go to sleep. That's all I can do. And so one of the things that I've found is that maybe I don't want to choose a volunteer opportunity that requires me to be consistently available every X amount of days. And, you know, so a flexible schedule, either, I can come and leave, uh, not, leave after 10 minutes, but, come as I like, leave as I like, that type of thing. Um, because, energy flags, so that's important for me. And last thing here, proper environment. We may underestimate the amount of time 2 hours is in blazing heat or bitter cold or rain or this or that. I mean, 2 hours doesn't sound like much when you're on your couch in your living room thinking about a volunteer opportunity, but when you're outside on Saturday morning picking up trash in the beating sun, um, like me, I didn't know I had a problem with weather sensitivity until I started volunteering. So it's important to be aware of that and know what you can do. And sometimes that is a trial and error type thing. Oh, I know for sure I can't stay for 4 hours, but I can stay for two. And if we let our people know that, then they'll be aware. You know, so I'm sure you have discovered what I keep on saying. Let people know, make people aware. That's the only way they can assist, and that's the only way they can prepare, right? Um, I know because sometimes I'll just rock up there and I'll be like, I'm here to help with the volunteer opportunity. Well, we weren't anticipating you. And you know, uh, that can be difficult on both ends, right? Um, you know, so a community to engage with, right? So it's like I was saying with the something meaningful to do. Everybody has to be doing similar work, right? Because I want to be engaged with the community. I'm not just here to pick up trash. I can do that on my own time. I'm not here to just pick up trash from the beach. I'm not here to just stock food, or I'm not here to just make lunches. I can do that on my own time. The main thing that I'm here for is to engage with the community that's all about what we're doing. Um, so I think that one of the things that one of the last points I want to make is that it may take a while to find the right type of community to engage with, but the right type of community, the right type of task, and the right type of organization. But it is worth it to do that extra legwork. So what else might need to be considered? We've talked about four things that might need to be considered. Is there anything else? We talked about specific accommodations, River. Anything come to mind?
Um, well, like I need a quiet space to go to.
River, I'm sorry, I didn't quite get you.
I was saying that one thing I need is a quiet space where I can take a break.
Right. Yeah, that is true.
Like if that doesn't exist, I can't be in a place.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Same. All right, let me write.
Sometimes the time frame itself, if the volunteer opportunity is for 5 hours and you can't do 5 hours,
Very true. Very true. If you know you can't do 5 hours, um, then that's why the flexible schedule is so important. Realizing where am I, what can I do, and then what can are they okay with that?
And also, how flexible is a place willing to be? Like, I have chemical sensitivities, so would they be willing to say, hey, on Tuesdays, River is coming, so nobody can wear cologne or perfume? Like, are they willing to take steps like that for me?
Mm, good question. That would be cool. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move on if there's no other comments.
I had one more.
Oh
Can
yeah,
they be flexible on the fly? Because like,
on the fly.
I might on Tuesday be like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I can come in at 8 tomorrow. And then I wake up at 7:30. I'm like, nope, not a good day. Can't do it.
Yep. Can they be flexible on the fly? Yeah. Okay. Any more before I move on?
I think I'm done.
All right. One of the resources I like to use is, hold on, Volunteer Match. Volunteer Match is a nationwide website. I haven't found anything that's international, so I'll be looking around for those. But Volunteer Match is a nationwide website. Um, and the cool thing about this site is you can choose according to your causes that you like. I'm gonna share the site now. Can everybody see the site? Has the share changed?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So you go in and you enter in your location. Obviously, mine is San Diego, and click on Find Opportunities. You can also log in and it'll save your cause areas and your volunteer opportunities that you've signed up for. It's filtered. You can filter it by cause areas. Here, like I said, there's several. Um, and more than enough causes. The one thing I think it's lacking, and I might talk to them about, or I might see if I can get a hold of them about this, is it's lacking. Oh, you can go according to skills, and you can also go according to whether this is great for kids, individuals who are elderly, individuals who are teens, and individuals who are in groups. Many of the elderly ones do not require physical activity or a lot of physical stuff, so I do use that. I do click on that a lot, and also the kids ones as well. But they do need another little slot here for people with disabilities or differently abled. But the cool thing that I like about this, like for example, if we go here to the second opportunity, is that you can click on I want to help and sign in with Google or sign in with whatever you use to sign in there. And here we go. And you can get in touch with the volunteer organization. And I had shared with you all of the things we need to ask about. And so the first introduction is, hey, I want to help out. I'm trying to see if this is a good opportunity for me, and I have some questions for you. And I kind of list them out. And when they get back to you, if they get back to you, that you'll have your answer. And so you don't have to do a lot of researching to figure out who is this company, what are they like. There's a person right there that can answer your questions. All right, and so we're back here. All right, and then there are other opportunities here, or other ways in which we can give our time here. Now, I haven't vetted all of these websites, but based on what I have seen, they do look really good. As you can see, volunteer matches right here at the top. There are people. There are places for teens. There are you can. There's a lot of different ways in which we can do this. This is for specifically for individuals who are older.
There's an international one.
Yeah, that's an international one if you want to travel abroad to do volunteering. I saw. Is there any other resources you use to pursue volunteer opportunities. What we can do on the forum, if is we can look at posting links to volunteer organizations that, especially in international areas, that are vetted by members.
There was a thread that was started a while ago about
Yeah,
volunteering
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. I'll have to bump that thread somewhere. And if we can put it maybe in the library or in a library thread, move it over there so people can have that
Yeah,
resource.
that's a cool idea.
Yay! Okay, well, let's see, where's my PowerPoint? Well, that's it. That's all I had. Any questions?
I do, but I don't know how to phrase it. Let me think of it.
Okay.
I don't have questions, but as someone who's not differently abled, it was definitely a good course to make you think.
But here's what else is interesting about that is that at some point, everybody will be differently abled, even if it's temporary. Like if you sprain your ankle and you're on crutches for 6 to 8 weeks, you know, or as you get older and you can't bend over anymore or whatever, like there's always going to be a time in everybody's life when they're not at 100%.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this course that I think is so essential is that these questions are questions that are good for everyone to ask related to, volunteering. Everybody wants a good environment. Everybody wants a useful task. Everybody wants, if I don't feel like it, do I have to go? Everybody wants, I mean, I'm not saying I do feel like I'm trying to speak for everybody, but I feel like these are broad enough questions that, everybody can ask, you know.
Yeah, I don't think there's many people who would like to roll up to an opportunity that they know nothing about.
Mm-hmm. Except me, I do that.
Do you?
I have learned, which is why I created this course. I've
Nice.
learned not to rock up to opportunities you have no idea what's going on. It's also good, like if we do create spaces in our communities for people to volunteer, as we get as we get like a larger religion, where we're looking at having, you know, meetups and things like that. What are the things that we want to have in our communities, and are they, are they accessible to everyone? You know.
I think a kind of pre-step, like a step number 0, would be like to kind of gather what your own skills are. Like, okay, so approximately how long can I stand? Approximately what can I lift? So that when you do get your answers back from the organization, you know straight away, like, oh yeah, that's above my limit, or that's perfect for me, or whatever.
That's why those surveys are helpful. But yeah, like
Yeah,
a function, like do I have sensitivity to chemical? How do I deal with weather? There's a function report from Social Security, which probably could be repurposed to something like that. Pablo, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just about to wrap up.
Yeah, sorry for being late. I had to solve something here.
No problem. Don't worry about it. It will be available on YouTube. And I can also send you the PowerPoint if you'd like. All right. Any more questions or comments or concerns?
I'm looking forward to exploring some of those sites.
Yeah, really good. Really good besides volunteer match is one of my favorite places to go to find opportunities to work. in that case, I think I'll end it a bit early.